Namaste and hello Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising signs. Welcome to your free July reading with me. So a couple things, I know there's a little buzz in the background. Try adjusting your volume. That oftentimes works. I'm working on trying to figure out a solution to this issue, and it sort of comes and goes, so I'm not quite sure what we're working with until after I've recorded, even though I did a sound check beforehand. So second of all, you can listen for your Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising sign if you'd like. This month I'm going back into doing the week by weeks with the readings. So we're going to do an approximate week by week for July, looking at 4 different weeks, and I'm also going to do some theme cards. So for the theme cards, I'm using the Zodiac Oracle. These are all pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle more. I'm using the Secret Language of Color card deck, and I'm using Amy Brown's Fairy Wisdom deck. Then with the week by week portion of the reading, we're going to use the Earth Magic deck, the Animal Wisdom Tarot, and the Oracle of the Mermaids cards. Oop, and you've got a flying card. Cool. So let's see what comes up for you, Libra. Also, the way I'm reading it, it's a little circular this time around. So I'm going to take a look at your theme cards and give you my initial impressions with that. Then I'm going to go into the week by week. And then I'm going to go back into the week by week and just read a little bit out of the booklet, for the Animal Wisdom Tarot. And then I will come back into the theme, kind of tie them together, and I'm going to read the fairy card in its entirety out of the book for you. If you really like these readings, you may want to follow me on Facebook. I have a group, Toadstools, Magical Living, and more. And in that group, every month, the monthly readings get posted. YouTube, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they don't make it to YouTube. So if you really like them and you want to get them every month, make sure you subscribe to that, or join the group rather. Okay, so Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising sign for July 2019. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Rising sign for July 2019. Forgot my back pillow. Just a moment here to adjust. There we go. Alright, Libra, so some interesting stuff showing up here in your theme. Your color card was a flying card, and it's Amber, Awaken Your Creativity. You also have the 8th house, sign of Scorpio, showing up here, and Aquarius reverse, along with companions from the Fairy Oracle. So I feel like these two cards are kind of highlighting each other. I think for a lot of you, what's going on with the 8th house and the reason the sign of Scorpio came up is because it's a creative time for you, and there's sort of an energy and theme of creativity and awakening your creativity and perhaps self-expression going on for you, because Scorpio is the sign, and the 8th house is the sign, or one of them, that governs creativity, along with the 5th house, Leo. Okay, because Scorpio is the life, death, rebirth cycle, and it's about creation. It's also the sign of and house of magic, alchemy, transformation. For some of you, you may be dealing with some other situations, 8th house or Scorpio related situations. It is indeed the house that governs sex, deep conversations, deep emotions, and deep connections with others. This is the house of shared resources, shared money, inheritances, debts, all of that stuff as well. It's the house of personal empowerment too. And then we have Aquarius showing up reversed like this, the 11th house. When the cards in the zodiac deck show up reversed for me, that indicates a blockage or an imbalance with the energy. So Aquarius is the sign of our uniqueness. Our uniqueness. It's also the sign of how we relate to other people. Humanitarianism, our groups, and sort of our little freak flags in our groups. So it's the ways that you connect with others through groups. Like if you're in a book club, it would be your book club. If you're a minority, that would be related to this 11th house energy. What makes you different, falls under this house. And Aquarius is also surprises, the unknown. So I feel like sometimes it has to do with spontaneity a little bit as well. So interesting there. Some of you may be feeling a little bit blocked in your connections or in your self-expression, and feeling free to be who you are. Aquarius also is related to technology, and so the internet and all technology. We do have a Mercury retrograde in July, so that may be affecting you and part of the theme here. But some of you, you may be feeling, like I was saying, blocked or some sort of imbalance in your connection within a group, friends, like-minded people. Also, it could be with a humanitarian cause or something like that. So, a lot of times when the cards show up reversed like that, indicating that blockage or imbalance, though, it's being brought to the light and it's ready to be transformed. So there may be some healing of these situations in July as well. Or for some of you, it just may be temporarily blocked. There may be blockages, complications, etc. with technology and those things that I mentioned that just kind of have to be accepted. But we do have very creative energy here with this Scorpio 8th house and Amber card showing up. You also have companions here, so I feel like some of you are healing that blockage with that 11th house, which, it has to do with humanitarianism. It also has to do with service to an extent. And, connecting with friends, meeting people, even companions, things of that nature. But we'll get more into the theme a little later on. Let's get into the week by week for you and see what we have. So for the first week of July, okay. From the Mermaid deck, you have falling in love, kissing the divine in another and in yourself. How's the lighting with that? You have the Six of Feathers, the Pelican card, and this would be the Six of Swords in traditional tarot. And then you also have Lake, stillness. Some of you may be falling in love with somebody here in July, or you may have a crush, a little bit of a fancy for somebody. In which case, I'm going to say, we'll look into the Pelican card a little bit deeper as in a little while. But I'm going to say, because you also have this Lake Stillness card, take your time. Okay, the advice here from Spirit Guides is take your time. Make sure you're making time for yourself to kind of be on your own, to meditate, to be still, to connect with nature, to process things. We also have that energy of Mercury retrograde, so the the likelihood for misunderstandings kind of increases here, especially with new people. But this could also be, for some of you, this could just be feeling really good. Falling in love with yourself again, having a new appreciation for yourself, or falling in love with life. Okay, could also be related to friendships, platonic love. And then we have this lake stillness card here reminding you to balance this exciting energy with some rest, with tranquility, with taking a pause, with being mindful. Okay. And then the second week you have sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. So another nice energy of relatedness, relating to others. This would be sisterhood or brotherhood, members of the same sex mainly. But I do also feel like this could be 11th house type things. This could be your tribe, your people, groups, those you relate to. Like I mentioned, that whole book group thing, or minority, or what have you. Or it could be, colleagues at a job, even, because you all have the same sort of mission, purpose. So those you connect with around a situation. It also says compatible souls. So this can be your soul family. But it's an energy, it's a supportive energy. It's very supportive energy. So this is nice. Friendships are highlighted, and members of the same gender, your connections are highlighted. You have Parrot, another swords card or feathers card in this deck. So this is the Seer of Feathers. I forget whether this is the page or the knight. It's one of those. And so this could be referring to a person. It could be referring to you because you're Libra in your own energies. It could also be referring to another Libra, or a Gemini, or an Aquarius. And we'll read a little bit more when we get to that part of the reading about Parrot. And the last card you have for the second week of July is Cave, Sanctuary. So still, once again, it's going to be important for you to balance that being social and communicating and interacting with other people, and having this nice camaraderie. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The companionship, put it that way. Companionship and social energy with privacy. Scorpio is also about that. It's about privacy, and you time. This could also be referring to your home, sanctuary, or a place where you feel safe and secure. It could be out in nature. So yeah, there's that message there of balancing those two, taking time for yourself and also interacting with others. I feel like because you also have that in your theme cards that awaken your creativity and 8th house energy, some of you may be working on something. You may be working on some sort of project, whether it's like art that you're creating, or whatever it is. It's got a certain element of creation and creativity to it. Okay, so it's something that involves you being creative, and it looks like it's something that, you don't just snap your fingers and it's done. It's something that's a process, something that takes time. And this first and second week are, I don't want to say they're running together exactly, but there's definitely similar energies. So the first and the second week could sort of be flowing together, and you could be working on something. You could be working on a project. Let's look at the third week. For you, the third week has Deer, 7 of Fossils. It has Soul Cage, Rescue, Escape from Captivity and Restriction. And it has Ceremony, Invocation. So some of you might have like a gathering in this third week. You may be going to some sort of ceremony, wedding ceremony, anniversary ceremony, family reunion, birthday party, who knows what. Or you could be creating your own sort of ceremony if you're pagan or Wiccan or spiritual in nature. Maybe you're doing some sort of magic ritual or, ritual to honor the full moon, the new moon. I didn't look at one in July. The new moon and the full moon are, so forgive me, please. But this is, or something, to connect with your spirituality more deeply, or to connect with nature. It could be a ritual or ceremony for anything, really. Okay. And it is an energy. Perhaps there's an event going on that you're going to, right? Could be like a veg fest. I think I have veg fest I'm going to in the second week of July. Or it could be any sort of ceremony, I'd say graduation ceremony, but July is not usually the right timing there. Some sort of event, could be a concert, anything like that. You have Soul Cage, Rescue, Escape from Captivity and Restriction. So some of you are finding liberation in this third week. Some of you may just sort of become like aware that you're encaged in something and starting to look for an escape or rescue. Maybe it's a job that's grown really tiresome, or maybe you got a new boss at work and everything's different now and you want out. So you're liberating yourself from that situation, or you're starting to. And we'll get more into Deer here in a little bit, but one thing that definitely sticks out with Deer is there's this very soft, gentle sort of energy here. Okay, and also it can be quick. The energy can be quick, and so I see that balancing coming up a little bit differently in the third week of July. It's still kind of a message that Spirit's highlighting, though, to try to stay in balance here. Things may be speeding up, or you may be dealing with some sort of situation where you're breaking free, so there might be some sort of struggle, or your attention may be focused there. There might be some work to do, tasks to accomplish, etc. But that ceremony card comes up to say, you know what, it's summer, like make the most of it, enjoy your time, be mindful, allow things to be special, sacred, make things sacred, make your time sacred. So it could even be, just handling mundane tasks, but doing it in a more ceremonial way, making it more special and more sacred for you personally. All right, let's check out what you have for the fourth week. Fourth week of July, you have Lemuria Returns, Earthy Spirituality, Community, and Ocean Conservation. You have the Hippo, the 10 of Shells, and you have Clouds, Shape-Shifting. So here again, we have very spiritual energy, and we have very creative energy with the clouds. For some of you, you're starting to experience a shift. The third and the fourth week are kind of doing similar things to the first and the second week, how they sort of blended together. The third and fourth week are with that Soul Cage card, the Mermaid card, and the Earth Magic card here for the third and the fourth week. So whatever this cage is, this soul cage, where you're looking for a rescue, or you're acquiring a rescue, you're receiving a rescue, you're giving a rescue to somebody, right? Breaking out of captivity. So this could be, I'm going back into the third week a little bit here. This could even be like you've been cooped up inside for a while and now you're getting out more. Maybe you were working overtime at a job that's indoors and now you're getting out and enjoying nature. It could be a lot of different things. But I see it really connected into this clouds card. I feel like you're creating what you want to, you're creating the change for some of you. Some of you where this isn't happening in the third week, but you're aware of it and you're wanting it to. Like I mentioned, maybe that boss comes in and you're like, this changed everything. I don't like my job at all anymore. I want out. Well, that continues on into the fourth week and you're shape shifting, you're transforming, and I feel like some of you are accomplishing success. And you're getting out, you're breaking out of that soul cage, you're liberating yourself here. Because we have the hippo, the 10 of shells, this is the 10 of cups in traditional tarot deck, and tarot decks, and this is a card of fulfillment, happiness, bliss, success. This is a beautiful card. You know, this is the card most associated with happiness and contentment and enjoyment. So if you're listening to this and you are like, no, not me, that's not how I'm feeling, then Spirit is asking you to try to feel that. Like, try to appreciate the present moment. Try to do things that make you feel emotionally fulfilled, that make you happy, so that you can start magnetizing and attracting more of that into your life. But for a lot of you, it's a good week and you're feeling good. You're feeling emotionally fulfilled. You're feeling happy. Some of you, are in love, and that's highlighted throughout the whole month. And some of you may be going to the ocean or working to help on some sort of humanitarian cause related to ocean conservation. The ocean is very vast. We have more ocean than we do land. So I know that sounds pretty specific, but yeah, that's what some of you are doing, and that's awesome. Good for you. Thank you. It says also earthy spirituality and community. So it's not a week where you're being antisocial. I don't think most of you are being antisocial. I think you are involved in your community. And there's an element of creativity here and creating things. Shape shifting is changing the shape of something, right? But it can also, it would be like situational. It could be changing a situation. If you don't like that job, maybe you're finding a new one, you're leaving that old job, you're going to a new job. And that's just an example. You could be doing this cloud shape shifting in many different ways. It could be occurring in the physical for you. It could be in the mental realm still at this time. You could be sort of mentally saying, okay, well, what is going to make me feel fulfilled? What is going to make me feel happy? You're starting to visualize it. You're starting to magnetize it. And you're starting to get there. And you're connecting also into your spirituality through your connection with the planet, through taking good care of the planet, through enjoying nature. And you're manifesting. You are actually bringing about this change on an energetic level, and you will see it manifest in the physical soon. All right. So now let's read out of the booklet for the animal cards. The first one is Pelican. So this is for the first week of July. The themes associated with this card are travel, journey, acceptance, breakthrough, realization. Its underlying message is release the need to do, open to the wonder of being. And you'll find relief, a means to heal, and time to learn. Everything falls into place. Okay. So, as you can see, you also had the lake stillness card here. So there's this switching gears from do, achieve, action, to stillness, rest, pause, acceptance. And that gives way to a breakthrough or some sort of realization for some of you. And things become, more clear. And as you release it, you open to the wonder of being. Yeah, so you have this energy of wonderment and love and falling in love with life itself and enjoying things in this first week of July that comes for you. Some of you may also have travel. Some of you may be traveling to see somebody who you love quite a bit. Or you might be traveling and you might just fall in love with where you're visiting. Okay, we have Parrot, Seer of Feathers for the second week. And this is the Page of Swords, okay? So messages could be coming in. For some of you, there's messages coming to you in the second week of July that have some sort of significance. You may be hearing from friends that you haven't heard from in a while. Compatible souls, soulmates. It's all very positive, though. For the most part, it's all very positive. And if it doesn't seem positive, there may be a hidden ally. It might seem negative at first, but then later on you realize this person is going to be your ally. All right, message. Think creatively, speak candidly. Qualities are colorful, sociable, insightful, and expressive. Frank discussions. So the second week is a week for you to go ahead and take the time you need, okay, and protect your boundaries, respect your home and your own sanctuary, and make sure other people are doing the same for you, respecting it. But it's also a time where you may need to get something off your chest. You might need to be frank, open, honest with a friend or anyone. It could vary from person to person who this is that you have to have this conversation with, but there's a message that you have to deliver. There's something you have to say. You have to get it off your chest. You have to speak your mind, share your opinion here. It says think creatively, so you may be trying to figure out how to do that in a diplomatic way or in the best, most tactful way. So it's saying take your time, but also, come out of your mind, come out of, don't let the wheels drive you crazy. The wheels in your head drive you crazy. It's okay to speak candidly. Okay. New ideas also could be arising for you. It could be as a result of interactions with others, friendships, friends, allies. It could be as a result of taking time to yourself or a combination thereof, but some of you are getting really new insights, and this could be about some sort of creative project as well. Humor, frank discussion. Yeah, so some of you are going to try to use humor, or the guides are telling you to kind of take what other people say with a little bit of with good humor, okay? And then we have Deer, 7 of Fossils. Okay, getting closer, there we go. 7 of Fossils, which is the 7 of Pentacles in traditional tarot. The themes with this card are pause, contemplation, recognition, appreciation, and growth. The underlying message is take time to ponder creative possibilities. So once again, I feel like there's something that you want to transform. And it may be somebody coming to you asking for help, saying, I'm stuck, please help me. Or it may be a situation where you feel stuck. And the guides are saying, take time to ponder and think about creative possibilities, creative solutions to this. And then also there's this ceremony invocation card, and for some of you this is about then bringing it into the physical and working with your hands and creating some sort of ritual or ceremony. This could also be about feng shui, like refeng shuiing your home to suit your need or goal, or somebody else's, helping them do that, or your car or your office. Working with objects, or the art of arrangement, things like that. It could be, but again, it could be creating a ceremony. And for some of you, maybe you're trying to do something nice for a friend to help boost their spirit, help them kind of liberate themselves. And so you're putting together some sort of party or, again, ceremony of some sort. Pause, contemplation, recognition, appreciation, and goal and growth. Whatever's going on, there's growth here. Somebody's growing and learning new things, understanding how to overcome something. And it's important to assess how best to proceed. It's important to give people and yourself the proper recognition for your efforts, for just giving recognition where it's due. Okay. Hippo, 10 of shells in the 4th week. We're going to look at that now. Alright, themes associated with this card are happiness, harmony, fulfillment, and well-being. The underlying message is welcome home to who you are. So there is a message here about feeling it within yourself first before you see it externally, okay? You want to feel like peace, fulfillment, harmony, happiness, well-being, and you want things to change externally to support that. Try to feel it within first, even if it's through visualization, but also I think, being very mindful and in the present moment and focusing on what you can appreciate about the and what is good about the present moment will help you to do that as well. Hippo nurtures emotional maturity but reminds us to have fun. All right, remain balanced, and intuitive feelings, creativity, and knowledge come up here. So as you do that, as you come home to yourself and who you are, and you find peace and happiness with that, and you find harmony in the greater scheme of things too, within yourself and your place within your social networks and the planet in large, you generate an energy that allows you to transform things and shape shift things more to I don't know what you're shape shifting it to. Okay, that's a big part of what you're deciding throughout the month. But I also see here that connecting with earth, in nature, and your spirituality there is very helpful, as is staying connected to your community, and your community can be it can be supportive, and it can be an element in your happiness and joy at this time. So you're making something happen, and you may be doing it together with other people too. It might be that your group is making something happen, shape-shifting something. All right, let's check out this theme again. We have the Companions card from the Fairy deck. So I'm going to read that out of the booklet. This is on page 14. Okay, the key word here is guidance. And it says, wherever you walk not alone. You are gifted with companionship from the other realms. Interdimensional beings are there to assist you in all things, merely waiting for your call. Your angels and spirit guides are there to assist you in all your earthly ventures. The elemental realm is there to help you ground to nature and to help you to work with her. The fairies tend your gardens and forests from which you receive food, beauty, and shelter. They work to keep it all in balance. All work in perfect harmony to give you all you need. You are never alone. Bask in this golden knowledge and give thanks. We humans have been gifted with the help of incredible beings. They work around the clock for our sake, serving and helping in all possible way. We literally cannot live on this earth without their assistance. We depend on them whether we choose to recognize their existence or not. In turn, they need to do the work that they do for us in order to expand their growth and learning. We are two interdependent planes of existence, two sides of a coin. One must have the other to exist and to grow. So it is with all of nature. The plant, mineral, and animal kingdoms are all interconnected, and unless we respect all the kingdoms and work with them as one, we cannot survive on this planet. Ask the elementals to help show you how to work in harmony with the other kingdoms. Ask for help in any area of your life. There is a being for every need. Attune yourself to hear their messages. All it takes is listening. It says, leave a present for the fairies today. A big one, please. And there's a little chant here, and that reads, Blessed am I who walks upon the earth, for I am in constant communion with all the beings of God. I am protected and nurtured and sheltered in their presence. They guide me and give me comfort. What a blessed union we have. I give thanks for this blending of worlds. So be it. Okay. So having read that and looked at your week by weeks, I am realizing that there's a message here about your place on earth and the way that you're connecting and working with the other kingdoms, like I said, mineral, plant, etc., but other species too within the kingdom of Animalia. So it's like the others beyond the human race, and are you doing so in a way that is healthy for the planet in large? Is it harmonious? 10 of shells here. I think a lot of you are making progress with that, shifts with that, and having learning and having revelations about that this month, and therefore healing any blockages or some of the blockage and imbalance with this 11th house, this Aquarian energy. Okay. Because, you can be a humanitarian all you want, in theory, caring about the human race, but if you don't care about the other life on the planet, you're not really caring about the human race. You know what I mean? Because without, like was just mentioned in the fairy card, without the support of and the balance of the other beings, whether they are energetic, spiritual, seen, visible, tangible, or not, the human race wouldn't even exist. So that is important, and I think you're realizing that more, or gaining some sort of new clarity about that this month. And it's empowering. Scorpio, the 8th house, did not come up reversed. It came up right side up, working in your favor. There being a harmonious burst of this energy, deep emotional connections. Like I mentioned, for some of you, you're very much in love with somebody. And for some of you, this is about deep emotional connections with your spirit guides, with the other life on the planet, and just kind of Earth in general, as well as yourself. Scorpio is about power, and if it had come up reversed, then I would be saying, are you using or abusing your power there might be some sort of blockage here where you're not feeling powerful and you're doing that. But no, it showed up right side up, saying, you're standing in your power, you're becoming more powerful, and the energy of creation and transformation is heightened and strong and working in your favor at this time. Okay. So it's gorgeous energy, and it's a great month for creating and socially as well. It's a great month for being social, but there is definitely the need to balance, and you're Libras, so hopefully you understand how to balance things and can do that. There's definitely a need to balance time alone, connection with spirit, privacy, respecting other people's privacy, respecting your own, keeping other people's secrets, keeping your own, having good boundaries, I think is the word I'm looking for here. And that balance, as well as being social and friendly and working with others in harmony. So I hope you enjoyed your reading and this was useful and beneficial for you, Libra. If you're interested in a personal reading, I've narrowed down the ones that I offer now, but sort of not so much either. Just for simplicity's sake, there's I think 4 or 5 different options, but within spreads, but within those options, we can go into different variations. So we have, for instance, the small tableau spread that can be done as a general reading, a reading for money specific, for love specific, and so on. And I'm also creating pick-a-pile readings for my Etsy store, so if you have a topic or specific idea for a reading, throw that my way and keep an eye on that Etsy store, and that could be showing up there too. And there's a couple handfuls of readings already available in the store too. So yeah, there's some options there if you're interested. I hope you have a wonderful month. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.